Donald Trump's lawyers submitted a filing last week to Judge Aileen Cannon, effectively asking her to indefinitely delay Trump's criminal trial for stealing classified documents when he left the White House. Now, in their filing, Trump's lawyers actually used arguments that Cannon herself had already made. So what they're doing is they're playing on Judge Cannon, but all of Cannon's previous statements that Trump's lawyers are using are lies. For example, Jack Smith, many months ago, was working on setting up the secure facility for Donald Trump to view the classified documents along with his lawyers as part of the discovery process. Cannon made him stop because Cannon refused to cooperate with the creation of the facility. And then she admonished Smith for not finishing it. Like, you didn't let him finish, and now you're screaming at him because he didn't do it, because you wouldn't let him. So in their filing, Trump's lawyer said he dragged his feet not creating the facility, even though Cannon's the one who stopped the creation of it. And then again, got on to Jack Smith for not finishing it somehow. That leads me to yet another viewer question here. This is from Yvette Wolf 3872. She actually has two questions. I'm going to deal with the second one first. The second question is, do you think that Jack Smith will ask to have Cannon removed from the documents trial after she helped Trump disclose confidential information in the public filing system? That, of course, is another issue in addition to the one I just brought up, because even before Trump's filing last week, Cannon had, of course, ruled that, yeah, we'll go ahead and unmask all of those witnesses and the people who conducted the investigation, even though they're witnesses in the case and they've already been subjected to significant threats from Trump's people and from his followers. What's the worst that could happen? Smith, of course, made an emergency filing to Judge Cannon after that saying, hey, I'm going to give you a chance to rethink this because you did a really kind of non-legal thing here, and these people are getting death threats. Cannon, as of this recording, has not yet even responded to that because she's just taking her sweet time. She doesn't care. She's delaying everything because she's in Trump's pocket. So at this point, not just me, but the actual legal experts in this country agree, Smith really has no choice but to ask the appellate court to remove Judge Cannon from the case altogether. Since she was first appointed as the judge, they drew this judge, this is what they got. But since that very day, she has done everything possible to skew this trial in favor of Donald Trump. This should be the easiest trial. This is the most obvious. Like, you stole the documents. You admit freely you stole the documents. Case closed, right? I mean, kind of obvious. But she moved the trial from where the indictments were done back to her home district, which skews way more Republican than the 50-50 district where the indictments were handed down. So that off the bat, should have done it. At that point, Smith should have been like, nope, we're done. We're not even going to go this route. Give me a new judge. But now with all of these pro-Trump rulings, even some, as Smith points out, that kind of go against the law itself, he has plenty of grounds to take it to the appellate court. And honestly, that's probably what he's waiting for. He probably wanted to secure a mountain of evidence in order to tell the courts, look what she did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boom. She's done all this. Get her out. Hopefully that's what he's doing. And hopefully he doesn't waste any more time telling the appellate court to get her out. As I mentioned, this was a two-part question. The first part, not related to Jack Smith, was this. When and how did you start working for the Ring of Fire channel? Because my mother said that there was another host before you. There have been many hosts at Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire started in May of 2024, so almost 20 years ago, as a weekly 1-hour radio program started by Mike Papantonio, and at the time, the other co-host was Robert F. Kennedy Jr. No comment there, but obviously, Bobby left eventually. And at one point, John Morgan, who at the time was good friends with Mike Papantonio, they have since, kind of gone their separate ways. John Morgan was a co-host for about a year. David Bender was a co-host for 2 years, non-consecutively. Sam Cedar, after Bender left, came on and he kind of took over as the main host of Ring of Fire. He then carried it on for the podcast for many years before I took that over in 2021, I believe. But I've been doing the daily videos over at Ring of Fire since 2015, maybe a little before that. I also served as the co-host of Ring of Fire on Free Speech TV. I have been with Ring of Fire since August of 2024, so 3 months after it started. So that's it. So yeah, there have been a lot of different, co-hosts of Ring of Fire over the years. And eventually there'll be another one. I'm aging at the time of this recording. It is actually my birthday. So I'm another year older right now. So happy birthday to me, doing nonstop videos all day long. But anyway, that's what's going on. So yes, lots of different hosts over the years. And eventually I too will probably have to pass the torch to somebody, but I don't foresee that happening for a very long time.